Yeah, I logged into Twitch this morning and I got a French commercial.
Interesting.
French.
Yeah. Like Twitch, to me, that's fucking racist. Just because I live in Canada doesn't mean I'm fucking French or speak French or even want French people in this country.
Wow.
Really.
Well, let us know how you really feel.
How I really feel? Free Canada, dump Quebec. That's how I really feel. Cockbiters want to fucking separate. Go separate. Take your share of the debt with you and piss off. Anyways,
That takes care of the French. I'll check that one off. There you go. Next.
Let's try to keep it in order.
The alphabetical order. Anyways, let's see. I need some topics.
Mm-hmm.
I could have swore I had a window with the topics in them. Okay.
All right. It's April 20th, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 422 of Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am Foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshy. Hello, Welshy.
Hello.
Hello. We have Stryder with us. Hello, Stryder.
Hello, everybody.
And what's a show without Ham? Hi, Ham.
Hey, everybody.
What's a morning without ham?
Yeah.
Not a morning at all.
Not a well. No. So before I begin, let me remind you all that the show is recorded live. So if something strange happens that offends you, write in to modsonair.com, care of Stryder, and he'll certainly take care of it for you. But there may be some adult language themes that could be offensive, so if that is going to be a problem for you, don't listen. No.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
You have the freedom to turn off this station.
That's right.
Don't just sit there. If you're going to sit there and just come to this show just to be offended, well, good on you. But don't write in and complain that you were offended then.
Mm-hmm.
You got what you were looking for.
Yeah. Fucking sadistic bastards.
All right. Well, let's jump right into the offensive stream with a zero punctuation review. Thank you, Welshy, for bringing this to my attention. I generally don't like zero punctuation. With that, it's
because you can't understand
too overwhelming
because you're American.
His accent's hard to listen to, and then he talks very fast, and then he's always angry about something, and I don't know.
That's
It doesn't.
How is that any different from me?
Yeah, that's his. Well, how's that any different than us? I mean, that's his gig, and that's his claim to fame is his Australian accent and the fact that he doesn't have to breathe, so he can just, spout off a 5-minute ramble
That's a British accent, isn't it?
No, he's Australian.
Australian. Wow. I'm disappointed, Welshy.
Katie, he was recently banished.
Yeah, he's only recently banished.
There were a
He is
few good.
Australian. Look at that.
There were a few good points in this Titanfall review that he did. But all right, so what he goes on to say in the very beginning is he's talking about how he doesn't usually play multiplayer games. So you should understand that point going right in. But he is a game player, so he knows something about games. So it's not like this is completely out of his genre, his realm. But there are some good points here that he brings up about Titanfall, and I wish I could very easily skip right to them. But here's one to start off.
With solid single and multiplayer, but it is the nature of AAA gaming nowadays to see how far it can push its luck. It's got less gameplay, but we're charging full price anyway, because it's got very pretty blinky lights, and if you're very, very polite and deferential, then maybe we will give you permission to buy the game with your slimy peasant money and be amused by all the blinky lights. And by the way, we've already decided on your behalf that this game is going to be a hit, so look forward to seeing it on the side of the bus you step in front of in the inevitable desperate attempt to end your miserable life. Sometimes I think the ideal games industry for these people would be one without any players at all, where they can just shake a jar full of coins in front of a row of applauding monkeys and then go home with all the bananas. Case in point, Titanfall's plot, which doesn't seem to exist for the benefit of anyone
I
playing.
thought this was funny.
There's an evil authority with evil South African accents and the heroic resistance, although they could have been ice cream men for all I know. And during the campaign missions, while everyone's deathmatching away, a handful of named characters enact an ongoing radio drama over the airwaves. But it's like the instructions of pool attendants trying to be heard over a party of school children, splashing about in an orgy of screaming and urine. The moment I try paying attention to it is the moment I get hit over the head by a 10-year-old with a polystyrene floater. While the voiceover in the briefing lobby droned on about all the cool story they'd written for the next mission, I conducted a brief experiment by asking in the text chat if anyone knew what the fuck the plot was about. Most people said nope. Some people said war, and then started quoting Edwin Starr lyrics, and one rather odd bloke asked me if I was Jewish. The players art of the story
Stryder.
head license to an unpopular classmate. It's this big thing we're all scurrying about on top of, but we don't have much grasp of the concept otherwise, except that it moves around a lot and sometimes gets the steel comb out. I'll just ignore the story, Yahtzee. Should I? Because this game is already pretty malnourished for full price, and now you're telling me to additionally hack off a limb or two. Although I'm sure even with context, it's still as generic as one of the Dulux neutrals range. Your soldiers running around a bunch of ruined buildings. We'll call that Magnolia White.
Okay, so he goes on
as well. Blimey, that's got to take
with the
all the way up to
there was a
Barris
point in here in which he talked about the plot having that when he first gets into the game first opens up and it starts doing a little plot about the map that you're in, the level that you're in. I haven't played the game, so I don't know if this is how it works. And he says that is when it pops up and asks you to select your weapon loadouts.
Yeah, it's coming.
You can't do it before the game.
Jesus.
So you can't even find out what the map is about if you want to.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Because that's his main point, is the fact that it's like full price. You're paying like $70 for this game, and yeah, it's a multiplayer only game. And then even deeper into it, you're like, so I'm supposed to, yeah, it's like, so I'm supposed to just ignore that as well then.
Mm-hmm. And then he also goes on to say, now he has to install Origin again.
Yeah.
Yeah, servers. He's talking.
Better weapons than me. Maybe this is an aspirational thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know that guy who's currently standing on your face and mockingly rubbing his gun barrel between your butt cheeks? Maybe someday you'll be as good as him and can get petty revenge against newbies like what you currently are. Not against him, though. He just unlocked the LMG. Jeez, catch the fuck up. In fact, you have to play through the campaign for the one side before you can do the other, so you can know for a fact that at first the other team will always be more experienced players. Admittedly, campaign might be too grand a word for 10 5-minute death matches, continuing as prepared regardless of which side wins each battle. It's more like an amusement park ride, specifically the Back to the Future ride at Universal Studios. Christopher Lloyd tells you that only you can save the world, but then you just get tossed about for a while and then everything gets resolved regardless of who paid attention and who fell out and was crushed to death in the mechanism. The difference being that the Back to the Future ride didn't charge you $80 to get on. I've got other quibbles. The interface is a bit wobbly. I don't see why it doesn't let us select a loadout while in the lobby, only once the game has started by calling up a menu over the intro sequence and further ignoring the story. Are you just embarrassed by it? But while everything around it sort of blurs together like the placeholder plot and generic visual design, I found fun in those 5-minute clusterfucks, a sense of great freedom from the movement and a sense of great satisfaction from bringing down an enemy mech or squishing the pilot neath my steel tread. But there's just too little of it for the price and too little context to make it more than a few fun shooty moments that barely touch the sides of the vast overused vagina it occupies. Why should I play the same missions over and over to incrementally improve my ability to play the same missions over and over? A jewel plastic plate cover is lifted to reveal a single cannoli in the middle of a massive white platter. A tasty cannoli, it's true, and there are plenty of seconds to be had, but do you really want to eat it when it's perfectly proportioned for shoving up EA's arse?
But did you notice he talks about how you get into a level and basically you're just starting out. So everyone else, except maybe one other person, is going to be levels above you. Apparently the guns are more powerful and can more easily kill you. And then as soon as you get as good as them, you get shuffled along into another group of players in which they are all better than you again. Is that player match?
That's campaign. That's their campaign.
Because what he said was you have to play the first section before you, or you have to play as the one team before you can unlock the other team. So essentially, you have, the people that are playing against you are always going to be better than you because they've already played the first part of the campaign.
Yeah.
That sounds like quite a mess.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense on paper. Maybe it makes sense playing the game because I haven't played it.
EA doesn't make sense. That's their new slogan. It used to be get in the game.
I got to record that. I know exactly how I'm going to record that. Thank you.
I
So it
don't
doesn't
know
make
what else I can say about that.
Yeah. Have any of you guys played it?
No.
Okay. I had to ask.
Do I look like the type of person that's going to dish out $80 on a fucking multiplayer-only Titanfall game that I've been saying is going to probably be shit ever since I saw the first preview? No. Breezy? Breezy, on the other hand, would.
I think Breezy has.
And I guess based on the fact that I got Battlefield 4, I have a potential for buying this game too, huh?
Yeah.
Because I like the abuse.
I felt ashamed when you bought Battlefield 4.
I felt ashamed for you.
Because I knew you had at that point. I knew you had no shame, so I had to feel ashamed for you and for myself for being friends with you.
Shame by association.
It's a lot of stuff he has to do because of you.
Yep.
A lot of feelings.
I bundled them all up inside of me.
Yeah.
It's hard work. Think about that.
Well, it's Easter. It's time to let him go.
So it's on sale for $47.99 now. That's still too much. That's just for a tiny little multiplayer game.
I'm not playing multiplayer only, a botless multiplayer only game. I'm not paying full price or even that price for it. It's got to come down to like $20 to $15 range.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll consider it.
I would buy it then. I'm not a huge fan of rocket jumping type fucking games with it's just, it seems like they took all the possible shinies that it could have, put it in there in a fucked up, jumbled up way that makes no real sense. Like storyline wise, it makes no real sense. So it's just like pure shit. So if they want to come out with something and just throw it in there, it's not going to be out of place because it's like a peanut amongst a pile of shit. It kind of goes because nothing really goes.
You know what it says to me though is that generation, that Call of Duty generation, does not care about story.
No.
They don't care about anything as long as something flashes on the screen.
Well,
they're lost every 30 seconds. I've been playing
World
World
of horrific social commentary.
Yeah, I've been playing World of Tanks lately, and the influx of Call of Duty style players is insane. The last couple weekends, it's and by that I mean it's people that don't grasp the concept that it's a team effort to win this game. Everybody wants to be a solo hero with the highest score, so they're not going to fire their gun and give away their position unless they're guaranteed a kill. And so there's no team effort. It's just insane.
It's just scattering of people as soon as the match starts.
Yeah.
In all different directions.
Yeah. Get to their sniping spots. That's not how it fucking works.
Did we talk about that diary from Titanfall? Respawn last week?
I
don't think we did we?
I wasn't paying attention if we did.
Because if you're watching the chat window, somebody brought up the diary that was available. Now I read some reviews on it. I read some snippets, and it sounds like it's nothing but a book about. Well, they lay it off there as being a book about how Titanfall was made, but it's supposed to be the backstory of how they got hurt over at EA and had to go and make their own game studio and then develop this game and had lots of struggles along the way, and it took a long time.
No. How they got hurt over at Activision, you mean?
Oh, that's what I mean.
Had to defect over to EA.
When in fact what they did was they wrongfully joined a company, signed a contract saying that they are working for this company, not getting paid at this company while working on another company, which is in fact what they did. They started Respawn while over at Activision, technically. They may have even started working on this game while over at Activision. And then now they're making phone calls over on the Activision phone saying, okay, well, let's see where we can get published with this game when we make this studio. And then Activision turns around and says, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to leave. Oh, well, then we're going to sue you because you're not supposed to be doing this. You're not supposed to be working on your own stuff that competes with us while on our dime. So no, I don't feel sad for them. As a matter of fact, I think they should be kicked in the ass for it. And they kind of were. And then they go on to talk about how, well, over at the studio, they brought a bunch of people over with them to work on the game. And lots of times they had these special lawyer meetings that they half the studio had to run in on and listen to the lawyers and discuss what was going to be done next, while the other half of the team that was not originally involved in this lawsuit have to sit there and pretend that they're working and not paying attention. And this caused all kinds of conflict and people to become depressed over the lawsuits and this and that. You did this to yourself. So this better not be a sob story of a diary.
And then which one ended up leaving? Was it West or Zampella ended up leaving the Titanfall
I think it was West.
production?
I'm not sure, but I think it was West.
Yeah, went to buy his small island in the Caribbean with all the money that he embezzled and stole, and that's
kind of what it is.
Yeah, and he's just faded away into obscurity, sort of, because there's rumors that he's working on his own little phone games. But
maybe there wasn't actual money embezzled, but it's the equivalent of when you're doing that kind of work behind your employer's back.
It's theft.
Yes.
Pure and simple, it's theft.
Yeah, he said health reasons because he was so depressed, and then there becomes such a rift between him and Zampella and the rest of the team because it seemed like he wasn't doing his job because he was too dazed and confused about what was going on with
that's dope.
That's Zeppelin.
Dope. Maybe he's got. Well, where are they based? Are they based in Denver, Colorado, or are they based in Seattle, Washington? No, they're in California.
Oh,
so.
Well, there's a thing of
hot reference.
Yeah, I got it.
That didn't get it. There's some people out there that probably didn't get it because they inhaled a little too much. But
well, the thing is as well is now what company is going to realistically, other than EA, is going to work with these guys because of what they did in the background.
Right.
Like any sort of self-respecting company is going to be like, so you've fucked Activision over, so yeah, no thanks.
But who else is left, really?
Well, true.
I mean, well, and here's the other thing: you're taking a team that created a very good at the time franchise title. That franchise has since been beat to death.
Oh yes.
And they're thinking, okay, well, they'll just create another franchise title. Titanfall is not going to be a franchise title. Titanfall is a flash in the pan. There's no way that this is going to be you're going to see Titanfall 2? No. Titanfall 2 Future Warfare? No. You're not going to see.
I know. I can see why I wouldn't purchase it, but why wouldn't they try and make that and sell it? And why wouldn't these slags buy it?
I'm not going to say they're not going to try, but Titanfall is failing.
I think so. It's not succeeding.
You can sugarcoat shit if you want, but it's still shit on the creamy center. And the investors are not going to invest again in something that's not making money. You can publish hype and say, oh, you shipped, or Titanfall shipped 6 billion copies worldwide on the day one of release. Yeah, you shipped them. There's warehouse full of Titanfall. Those aren't sales. Shipping them to a retailer is not a sale to an end user. Yes, there's people playing this game. And there's probably some people that are thinking, hey, this is the greatest game since fucking, Super Mario Smash or something. I don't know, fried bread. But it has no quality. It has no replayability. It's a level grind game that throws bling on the screen every fucking 30 seconds so that you can feel good about yourself. You did something to save. Oh, you died. Congratulations. Oh, we'll love you up anyways. That is not going to sustain anybody but a 12-year-old or a 12-year-old mentality. I'm sorry, it's not. The fact that game publishers and game developers have I shouldn't say all game developers, but most definitely publishers and the developed games that we've been seeing have been coming out to sugarcoat and cater to that mentality. Gamers are actually getting tired of it. a true gamer is getting tired of it.
Oh yeah. I'd agree.
They might, like I said, they might buy it, they might play it for a while, but it doesn't have the longevity.
I feel bad going along with this review of the game and not having played it, but I am not spending the money on it.
No.
It's not necessarily the review of this game. It's a review of the gaming industry. As a whole. Mm-hmm. My comments, anyways. Yes, I'm using Titanfall as a poster child because, yeah, it's a poster child of a fucking game that's overpriced. It's overhyped. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Let's talk about Evolve.
All right. Well, that's
I just want to say that even though Titanfall is not on Steam, you can buy the Dev Diary on Steam. So
What?
You can buy it on iTunes. So yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, Evolve is another one that could end up being a little overhyped because this turned out to be I would say it was the most anticipated and probably the star game of PAX East this year. So there's a lot of people that are interested in knowing what's going on with this game because it seems like the most promising of all the games, and I can see that. It does look like the most promising of all the games that are supposed to be coming to market in the next
This is the
8
one
months,
by
12 months.
the original Left Dead developers, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And Evolve is 4 people against 1 giant, which is why they show that 4 blocks, the letter V by itself, and then 1 big block at the end for E in their logo. So it's 4 against 1.
No, I think you're reading too much into it.
No, I'm not. Actually. Turtle Rock, that's the group, yeah. That's the whole trailer.
Oh.
People were able to play it at PAX East, but it was the one that you ended up having to wait all day for, and then maybe you got on it the next day kind of thing. Like, I had a buddy that went to PAX East, and he wanted to play the game, so he was like within the first 20 or so people that were in the line to get in. As soon as the doors open, everyone ran for this game, and he walked. He said, I'm not going to run for this. He gets there, and they're like, yeah, you're in queue if you want for hours. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to play.
I believe I read something about somebody managed to get a little bit of time with it. The big thing he said was the big boss that you play as versus the human players. The human players were very overpowered compared to the boss. The boss levels up as you go along, so like you start off as a weaker thing, and then as you play through, you play through the round or the match or what you want to call it. But he said at the very beginning it was quite difficult because the humans were massively overpowered.
Well, he's supposed to run. The big guy is supposed to run away from them and evade them while he eats like the NPCs or things around the map.
But he said that was fine, but if they found you, it was kind of like game over.
Okay.
Which doesn't, and I can't remember exactly how easy it was to find the big boss or whatever, but
it makes sense the way they're going. Maybe it needs some tweaking.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, I don't know whether I think he only had like a 5 or 6 minute playtime with it.
Should be interesting.
It does sound interesting, and hopefully it's less than $40 when it comes out. I'd be enticed to purchase it for less than for $40. I'd be enticed.
Yeah.
Right. What else do we have here? World of Darkness. World of Darkness is a game that was canceled. Now, the reason why I'm bringing up this MMO project is because apparently, if this is the one I think it is, it's been in production for like 8 years.
Oh, yep.
And now it's canceled. I think it was on Kickstarter. Did it win Kickstarter and stuff like that?
Did it win Kickstarter?
Isn't that what it is? It's like, yeah, I won the lottery.
Ding, 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 ding.
I don't have to produce anything, but I get all your money.
Woo! Living the American dream. Bunch of money for doing nothing.
See ya, suckers.
With all the news articles that are going around, though, it does make it seem like this is going to be one of those projects that ends up being revived. somewhere along the way.
Yeah, because it'll be on Kickstarter.
filler
You
or something.
can't put it on Kickstarter if it's an existing project, so they have to cancel it, then have a Kickstarter to revival. So it'd be the World of Darkness revival Kickstarter.
I thought I had a decent video, but I got garbage. Yeah, so it's gone. And a lot of people were looking forward to it, but I thought I'd bring that up in case you had been anticipating this game since
forever ago.
Forever.
Since almost a decade.
2006.
And you gave them $100 or something. Well, don't expect a refund. Oh well. And then we have
how can you justify that in your own mind? Just thinking of the mind of a Kickstarter giver, money awayer.
Mm-hmm. How do you justify which? The fact that they canceled and you lost your money, or that you are giving them money to begin with?
The fact that if they come back on Kickstarter, you'll be like, yeah, you know what? This game is awesome. I've given them $100 on their last 5 Kickstarters.
That's
it's
a good
no longer
point.
A Kickstarter. It's like a kick it down the fucking blocker. Like, fucking thing runs.
That is good, yeah.
Yeah.
They're done. And realistically, any investor, banker should do the same. They should look at them and see, like, you got your money. What happened? Why didn't you finish it?
Well, and that's why, we're going to go off on a little Kickstarter tangent here. This is why I disagree with Kickstarter, because it's not about it's not about investing.
Mm-mm.
You're not investing in anything. You're basically just giving a panhandler money and trusting that he's not going to go buy drugs with it. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in 5 days.
That's right.
Please help me. All right, here's $5. Give me some pot. You know,
A drug dealer gives people money and then sells them drugs. Yeah, have some money. Now buy my drugs from me.
okay.
I made a sale.
I made a sale. I am the best drug dealer ever.
Mr. Yamamoto, I did it. But no, I totally agree with your point there on the Kickstarter thing. It's because it's not what people think it is. What people think it is I'm buying a piece of the game. Like when it's done, I can be one of those people that made it happen. And it's like, yeah, you will if they make it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, you don't get your money back. What it ends up being is, and then exactly like if it was funded on Kickstarter and then it's cancelled and then maybe it's coming back on Kickstarter, it's like, well, what did you do? Why would I give you more money if you couldn't even use the first bit of money I gave you?
Yeah, and there's no way to stop that from happening. It's Kickstarter is a way for people to scam dumber people.
Yes.
You can justify it in your own mind all you want and say, oh, well, I believe in this company and I believe in this idea and I think this is a great idea and I want to see this come to light. They're scamming you. Because if that idea was worth money, they'd have investors.
I kind of agree that there are certain things on there that maybe wouldn't have been made if they hadn't put, but not so much video games. I would more like little TV shows and comic books that people wanted to do and things like that.
What about hardware?
Well, hardware too.
Oculus has a $75,000 Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's like
they hit that goal. They can't deliver their product. 2 years later, they sell for $2 billion fucking dollars.
That's your money gone.
I'm sorry. If that should have never been on Kickstarter. That's something that if you need that money, get fucking investors. No, they don't want investors because then they owe the investors. This way they panhandled that money and all the people that gave them money so that they could make $2 billion for doing fuck all over the last 2 years other than more empty promises like, oh, here's a prototype of our high def model. Is it available? No. Fuck you. That pisses me off.
I'd be understandably pissed off if that happened. It's like, hey,
If that happened,
well, it did happen. If that happened to me,
it happened, Foyle.
But no, I agree. Like there shouldn't be things like that on Kickstarter where Yeah, exactly. Like if you got an idea and you're able to sell it for $2 billion, it's pretty sure you shouldn't have been on Kickstarter in the first place.
My mind, everybody that gave them Kickstarter money should get double their money back.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because, fuck, 150,000, that'd break those.
He sees Stryder.
Sorry, they only carry $1 billion bills.
No one's going to subscribe to your Kickstarter if everybody has to actually, pay him back. There's too much risk.
Well, but see, that's what it should be.
Oh yeah, but it's like
Here's how Kickstarter should be. If you're going to fund something and it turns into a moneymaker, you should be giving that money back to your fucking Kickstarter people with interest because they helped you.
Because then it's like you're an investor.
Greed ball of virtual panhandling. And that's all I'm going to say, because that's my tangent on Kickstarter. I've said it before.
It bugs me with sequels on Kickstarter.
That does.
Yes.
Because it's like, well, what the hell were you doing during the first one that you now don't have the money?
Yeah. And if your game was so successful that it demands a sequel, you should have a fucking penny or two in the bank.
Yeah. That really irritates me to see that. It's like, didn't you all just have a Kickstarter? What happened to all that money that you made from the success of the previous one?
I don't know, but I got to go hire a cleaning lady for my mansion. Completely unrelated thing.
Yeah.
And I got to go pick up the Mercedes.
Well, another wonderful game out there, Family Guy, has finally made it to market. I remember when they started doing this thing for the PC, and they were making it in Unity, and I actually got on the beta, and I remember playing this game and every now and then falling through the ground, and just out into the void of game space. Lots of things. So they got a lot of that going on. Now, what would happen in one of these Kickstarters, I was thinking, that if you were to subscribe to a Kickstarter for a game that was being built, and then you got inundated with these constant reminders of how you can make things move along a little quicker if you only gave them $5 for more coins.
Oh, jeez. I remember when Family Guy used to be funny.
Mm-hmm. You do?
Yeah.
I don't.
Only just.
I remember when Saturday Night Live used to be funny. That dates me.
I remember when Jim Carrey used to be funny.
Living Color, yeah.
Yeah. That's the only time I remember.
I should know that. All right.
Why shouldn't you know that?
That was so long ago.
Oh,
it wasn't.
I guess it wasn't as long ago as
Saturday Night Live. You being
Saturday
funny.
Night Live, yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is the
But I have
Guy.
a slight bone to pick with Family Guy in that, other than that it's just not funny anymore. But the fact that they keep continually trying to like do stuff with the Simpsons annoys me.
That's Fox. That's not.
Yeah, it just it just seems to me very much like, hey, the Simpsons has been really successful and it's still kind of funny even after 20 years. So we'll just kind of jam Family Guy together. That'll make it funny again.
That's Fox.
I do also think...
You know why? Because somebody on Fox News said that that's what everybody wants.
That's probably true.
Ah, yes.
I
And
also feel
everyone
like
that
Seth
watched
MacFarlane's
didn't actually follow because they weren't smart enough to do what they said. All right. Here's an interesting mod glitch. Speaking of interesting glitches, there is this game here. I gotta call up the article to remember the name of it. What's the name of The Wolf Among Us? Which has a very interesting glitch. And I better have that video. Here it is.
There's only one thing you have to take.
So he's here talking along, and you have to make a selection, and then all of a sudden he starts dancing a pole.
For any more fights. Keep straight off your heart. And try and get some rest.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning when he asks the original question.
There's only one thing you have to take away from all this. Take it easy.
And then he starts dancing the pole. Take it easy. Oh,
Don't
yeah.
go looking for any more fights. Keep strain off your heart. And try and get some rest.
Now, you have to ask yourself,
One that got wounded.
why is this animation tied to him anyways? Like, why did they put a pole dancing animation on him?
With a dose of juniper and springwater.
Does he use that in the next
Remember what I said.
game?
Hot coffee mug.
Hold up.
Yep. At least I think he's pole dancing. Maybe he's like
Everything in moderation.
doing something else.
And eat more chicken. Your blood pressure's through the proverbial roof.
It's because he's dancing a pole.
Yeah.
He's in the background while she's on the
I
phone.
have to call you back. Phone is starting to find out.
Well, I'll leave you two to it then.
Everybody
Baby.
It's just kind of reminds me of being like out in a bar and everybody has that one friend.
Yeah. We'll call him Welshy.
Just in the background, just dancing, and you're just like, everybody's like facing the other way, just gonna be like,
Recap.
don't look at him, don't look at him. Pretend we don't know him.
I love it. That's got to go in a game. You need those kind of glitches on purpose. I love it. All right. This wasn't made by Square Enix, right? No, actually, Square Enix in India never made a game. That's what it was. So yeah, Square Enix in India was put together, and they're being shut down by Square Enix, the main office, because they'd never made a game after 1 year. So they had to fire all 6 people.
That sounds about right.
I'm not joking. It's true.
Like Square Enix technical support.
All 6 employees have been laid off.
That sounds like so much of a tax dodge. We've got an office with 6 people in it. What do they do? Oh, they make games.
But didn't Sony just buy Square Enix?
Yes. Well, they bought all the
2 years ago. They bought all the shares.
controlling shares. They bought all the controlling shares. Yes, and they sold them off.
Yep.
Yep. Sony went along and sold off all those shares too, or all of them. I think all of them. 9.5 million shares. Roughly $47 million. Right after tax day, I guess I had to pay that tax bill.
Yeah.
Taxes are due. Sell off Square Enix. Put those 6 people out of business.
That has to be tax related, surely. Be like, hey, yeah, well, we get like, we'll fund the bankroll through India, and
Yeah. Morphus is asking what the 6 people in India did for a year.
They were probably working their hardest on a game, and 1 year for 6 people is not a lot of time. I know they're India. Maybe they could have, hired out to have people outsourced, but
making shoes.
No, they were shitting in public.
oh my goodness.
I like how I went like vague implied racism, and you just
Well, he's not kidding.
how fun.
It is so bad over there that they made this commercial.
Please don't poop in the streets.
They made this commercial for the people to help them understand. Please stop pooping in the streets. I think there's supposed to be more to it than just this noise. Maybe it didn't download properly.
Like, yeah, the things out for the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, no, this is correct. He has a farty ringtone, I guess.
First thing in the morning, what do I see? A pile of shit staring at me. I close my eyes, I step away. No matter where I go, there's no getting away.
Poop in the streets.
Take your poo to the loo.
Poop in the streets. Poop in the streets. Poop in the streets.
Everywhere. The next to you. Where is that I live. I step out on the street. What do I smell? Shit that's stinking to high hell. I hold my breath.
Okay, you get the idea.
Coming soon, the Skrillex remix.
I guess this could be a game. Try and walk the streets of India without stepping in it.
Is that real? Is this a real thing? Like,
yes. I don't know if this commercial is actually produced by the government, but this is a real problem over in India. It actually is.
Poop poop rast!
And it's more common for them to do this on train tracks, so, for some reason.
Because then when that high-speed train goes flying over it... Where'd the shit go? Don't know, don't care!
Okay.
What's the poop on the tracks?
Yeah.
Poop around the corner. Pooping in the back alley.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's all go to India. All right, well, there could be another game out there that you're interested in, and I thought this was supposed to be funny. But no, this is a real game called Cult of the Wind.
Ha! Hang on, I just got Ham's joke. A game about poop might turn out to be crap.
So I'm watching this video of this game, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe the animation's stuck and his arms are stuck outward as he's running through playing this game, but no. Hey, this is a game. Yeah, this is a game where you run around, and every now and then you pull your gun and shoot people, and then you hold your arms out while you're running and pretend to be an airplane and fly.
Pull out your gun and shoot people.
What?
Coming soon, the Star Wars mod.
It's like they made a game.
Losing Welshy. We lost him.
Okay, so here we go with a with the total lack of innovation in this industry. Game developers sitting there in the park, watching these kids, they're running around playing airplane in the park. It's like, yeah, for a game, and you end up with this.
Mm-hmm.
And he turned into a plane. Well, that's different.
Imagination at work.
Oh, that's his imagination. When he turned into a clear plane, that's.
But the bullets are real.
The bullets are real. That's not going to cause any problems in the States. The planes are imaginary, but the bullets are real. When you die in the park, you die for real.
It's certainly interesting. Cult of the Wind.
I'm sorry, but that's what this is someone was like, hey, those kids look like they're having tons of fun playing fake airplane. Let's make a game so they don't have to leave their house ever to play fake airplane.
That explains this next topic. Why 30% of Steam games are never loaded by owners. They get all these games from Steam sales, and then they just never play them. Like, I want to be an airplane.
Well, surely we're all guilty of this. I know I am.
Yeah, I certainly am as well.
Yeah, I have a number of them too.
Where I got like 50 games I've never even downloaded.
Yeah, 37%. I could push that number up. that one year that you took that picture, Welshy. I don't even know where that is. I think I've got it somewhere on this computer.
Yeah.
I think it's called Holy Crap. Let's see if I search for Holy Crap.
With the success of bundles and things like that, usually there's only like one game you're looking for in a bundle, and yet you get all these games, and then maybe for a collection of games, a whole series or something that you can get off Steam, you're really only looking to play one. with the games in that series or bundle, it's, I don't know, stuff just kind of stacks up. And then there's that stuff that you know you want to play at some point, but you're not dying to play it, but it's on sale right now, and you want to play. You want to pay as low as you can for it, and you're like, oh, I'll get to it at some point, and it just never happens. No. There's a lot of games that I've played once, and I was like, oh, this turned out to be kind of crap.
That shouldn't
But I
count.
didn't pay a lot for it.
Yeah, but that you've already loaded it then.
Like a visceral cleanup. Just once.
I had fun with that for about half an hour.
Yeah, but would you play it again now on purpose?
Probably not now.
On purpose? Why the? Yeah, just clicking through. It's like, oh well. Oh shit! I clicked on the wrong game. While it's loading, I might as well play it. I was so drunk I played that game last night.
All right, well, here's a recipe. Microsoft is always up for a challenge, and this is going to be a good challenge for them. They're going to start allowing developers to respond to App Store critics.
How about letting them respond to fucking OS critics?
So if somebody replies with a comment about a game like, your game sucks, now the developer can write back, well, you suck.
No, your mom sucks.
Yeah, see?
Your face sucks.
See? You see where this is going to go? This is exactly where it's going to go.
It's like PR 101. It's like, don't feed the trolls.
Yeah. Well, right now you're giving the trolls a fork and a plate. The food's coming. All right.
That's not gonna be good.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be good. We have a number of we know that there's a number of games that have been coming out lately, which are pixel blocks, like, I don't know, like 5 pixels on the screen kind of games, reminding you of yesteryear. Well, I think
fuck that movement.
I think Ubisoft
Seriously, fuck that movement.
I think Ubisoft is about to do the same. This is Ubisoft, right? That made Prince of Persia, or am I thinking it's not?
It was.
Well, the modern ones.
Yeah.
Well, they originally started out as 2D, and then they moved up. They plan to go 2D again.
Well, that's interesting, because Assassin's Creed is basically what Prince of Persia became.
Right.
They got
Yeah,
like 2
I think
things
so
through
too.
developing a Prince of Persia game, and we're like, you know what, this would maybe be better as a single thing, and we can, nobody really likes Prince of Persia games anymore.
I know so on the image there, the Prince of Persia that was cel shaded, that one basically used the same engine as Assassin's Creed. It was essentially the exact same game, just different skin.
Well, they pretty much are, if you think about it. They are virtually, you can look at Assassin's Creed as being the kind of successor to the Prince of Persia games, because they literally were halfway through developing a Prince of Persia game and decided to kind of just go, well, let's just turn this into a separate thing. As to quite why they feel the need to go back to 2D, they've got no better ideas.
Because nostalgia's selling right now.
Yeah.
Success of Minecraft. Like, that is what this is turning into. This is a whole movement of, you know what? Let's tell the people this is cool, and we'll try and recapture the success that Minecraft has had. It's fuck that movement. Seriously, fuck that movement. I've got just about $2,000 worth of video cards in my machine. I don't want to play high def fucking 8 pixel games. Fucking bullshit.
Definitely a review you're going to see on the back of the box. Fuck that movement.
Fuck that movement. Fucking bullshit. Stryder.
I saw
the inside cover of a book that you go in the bestsellers. Fucking brilliant.
I saw a thing that it was like movie posters, but what they'd be like if they had the reviews from like the internet on them. So they went around and found a bunch of like ridiculous movie reviews that people had actually written that were like, this is literally the worst thing I've ever seen, that kind of thing, and then added them to posters. I'll try and find that. That was quite funny.
I actually can't find the original Prince of Persia available to play in the browser. I thought I might be able to find it.
I thought I saw Prince of Persia was available for free download somewhere.
I thought it was.
Probably in Uplay.
No, it was something about.
You laugh, Ham. I'm serious.
Oh.
Uplay is the Ubisoft download player thing. It's their version of Origin.
That's really what we need.
Oh, here we go. It was they got the 1-star reviews from Amazon for the movies.
Ah.
Prince of Persia is arcade old game, published in 1990 by Broderbund Software.
Broderbund.
Remember that? And you can download it for free.
1990? No
1990.
way. It was before that, wasn't it? Come on, it must have been before that.
There you go.
I'm not gonna hint towards.
That's not going to do anything. Use DOSBox. It's a great DOS emulator.
If you happen to have one of the original games, though, I remember I got one of the newer Prince, like the second Prince of Persia or the third one on Xbox 360, and the original Prince of Persia game was in there. If you wanted to play that
by accident.
No. It wasn't.
No, not by accident?
No, it was supposed to be there. I don't know. Maybe they're going to be putting it on the new Nintendo. There's some sort of rumor going around that Nintendo's making a new portable video device.
It only plays
video.
Pokemon.
Oh, it only plays. Isn't that all they make now?
Pretty much. Pokemon and never-ending cycle of Mario games.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, Link, because
yeah, I suppose.
Don't they make a version of Zelda for every
20
console?
minutes?
I don't know.
Interestingly enough, I don't think they made a Zelda for Virtual Boy.
With that ridiculous stand it gave on.
Yeah.
They were always like bent and it would just fall over every time you forget.
So Nintendo's going to bring out a new portable console, so another DS.
Well, it's supposed to be a video device. I don't know if it's going to be a console, a game device.
Well, they are
Nintendo
exploring.
really needs to make some sort of like, they need to kind of step away from the child friendly for a bit. They need to make some like adult games for a bit. Because it's the one area of thing that, you know, they do very well with all the, you know, the Wii, and it's all, yeah, family fun. But until they make something different, it's just going to be, we're just going to sit here and still make jokes about how Nintendo are making Pokemon and games. Like,
I'm actually okay with them not making adult games. I just I'd like some new IPs.
well, yeah, I guess that's mainly what I'm getting at. It's just something different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love
Mario.
Pokemon, but I don't need to see another 600 versions of them.
Mario's done everything now. I mean, what's left for him to do?
Space. Oh, no, he did that. Pikachu.
Did you play Pokemon on Google Maps on April 1st?
No, I did not.
Oh.
Mainly because, you know, job.
I played a little.
Pokemon.
I caught 87 of them.
Pokemon.
I'll play the real Pokemon. Yo,
Is that
I don't know what
dog
that means.
fights?
What the fuck was that? Welshy and the Power Rangers are going to play Pokemon in the corner.
Hell yeah.
Jeez.
That sounds like a horrible euphemism.
Yes, it does.
It was meant to be.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
That's our topics.
Why does it say shaders?
Well, I was going to ask you guys if any of you know enough about shaders to discuss them.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. I need to make a shader, and I'm having some difficulty with it. That is a reverse Fresnel shader, which basically looks like a glow. Has more opacity in the center, less opacity on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
No.
No. Okay.
But what are you making the shader for?
I want to give I want to emulate what the sun would look like. As you pull away from a distance, it grows, which I can change the scale myself. But
he's lying. It's a lightsaber. He's doing a Star Wars game. There you go. Rumor started. You've heard it.
Mm-hmm. It should look like a glow effect.
Send it to the.
Like sun radiating.
Yeah.
But I need something that does more than glow, because with the engine that I'm using, Unity, I can't affect Unity. I can't affect the glow as much as I'd like to, so I'm going to build my own glow that I can affect.
With Unity, don't they have a shader editor?
I have a shader editor, but I'm not sure how to put it together to make it look the way I want. I can't, I got some stuff going, and I don't like any of it. I'm not great with shaders. I'm great with C#. I'm great with putting the things together in Unity, but I'm not great at making the shaders.
Here.
So if you guys had some advice, I thought I'd share it with everyone else while...
Get someone else to
yeah. Actually, I have someone that's going to help me a little bit with getting the basis of the shader together, and then I'll fine-tune it later on.
Watch the video.
Creating custom glow show. When was this put together?
December 22nd,
not that long ago.
2013.
All right, I'll watch that. Thank you. I'll watch that right after this.
Google.
Right after lunch.
Google is your friend.
I went
Your
to Google.
tax time is done.
It is done. That's why I'm working on other stuff now.
Actually, speaking of which, I saw that Contagion is out. It's been fully released.
The game?
My question
was
is,
always fully released.
Well, no, it was early access, wasn't it?
No.
It wasn't? I thought it was.
Now on Steam
thought
Early
it was.
Access. Now
I'm
available on
more
Steam.
interested in when the fuck is that other one going to be released that we played at PAX? That we were supposed to be in the beta on, that Nexon game.
Why were we going to... Yeah.
Dirty Bomb.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Something like something with an EX or something on it.
Extraction.
Yeah.
Oh, we had to change the name of it. Yeah.
They had to change the name of it?
They didn't. I don't think they had to, but they did change the name. It was Dirty Bomb at first.
Yeah.
Dirty Bomb.
Why would I...
Back to the India thing.
Why did I want to play Contagion?
Poop on the streets! Poop on the streets!
Yeah. Why did I want to play Contagion?
Well, no, I was just going to ask, is it worth picking up?
No. Not unless they change the fact that you start a game by yourself and everybody in the world is joining it. Because you have no control over who joins your game.
Because I watched a little playthrough thing yesterday, and it was just two people playing by themselves. And I didn't see anyone random joining.
Because no one else has bought the game.
Contagion is the one foil where we did the interview with them, and then we had to do the interview again because the camera wasn't turned on the first one.
I remember that. Oh, I remember that game a lot now. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You weren't there that year.
I know. I was there. I would just I got stuck on the train. Remember? Because it was like 9 a.m. Yeah.
Well, okay. He was almost there.
I got there just after you were done doing it.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, no, that
was a really good interview too.
Yeah, it wasn't that exciting of a game.
Well, you're a zombie, or you're a good guy that can turn into a zombie, and if you turn into a zombie, then you attack the other good guys.
Good guys, yeah. No, I'm done with those.
Had enough.
And you're right. What happened to Extraction?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Extraction is a new free-to-play. New site is coming soon. Get notified about the beta when it happens.
Fuck.
Wow, that character looks very different to the one we saw at PAX.
And you're not allowed to look at the message boards unless you log in.
Yeah, it's a splash damage game, and it's being published by Nexon, who I guess have a history of charging for everything.
Is Nexon the same company that there was that free-to-play shooter, and it was actually kind of fun, but because I wasn't in North America, I wasn't allowed to play. Was that Nexon?
I don't know. Nexon is all about free-to-play and charge the fuck out of you.
Yeah, Combat Arms. That's what it was. It was that.
Isn't that the die on your head game?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yes, it was. All right.
They were doing the.
The very first comment right after the article I posted about how it's coming up soon is this.
Yeah, that brink was pretty fucking awful.
That's kind of how I feel, but you all said it was so good.
The game was good. I recorded Welshy and Stryder playing the game.
Welshy and I kicked the other team's ass.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. That was just funny. And they had the guy somewhere sitting on a microphone, like, helping us out. Like, going, okay, what you want to do is, like, go down here, and I just ignored every word he said. So, I'm working here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go down here and shoot everyone.
He was like, yeah, you guys are not going to have any trouble winning.
You guys have got this. This is just me and Stryder just running around and shooting everybody.
I really should stop the show here, but I'm going to play one more thing for you guys. I came across an article which I don't have a link for it. I should have saved a link, but somebody came up with these. I could find it very fast. Go over to Techamaka, I'm sure it's there. I came across something that is sort of like the opposite of the Rift, the Oculus Rift. Yes, the opposite.
Blinders.
It is basically a pair of goggles that you wear that has eyeballs on the outside of it to make it look like you're paying attention.
That's something that should be Kickstartered.
Yes, but it's very strange. The emotional cyborg, they're calling it. So that way you can have somebody who is emotionless appear to have emotion because his eyes have the emotion.
Load of them. Cognitive load of them.
All right, I'm trying to skip ahead here in the video to a point that he puts on the glasses.
And it makes you look intelligent? Is that what the robot just said?
Yeah.
And to decrease our emotional labor.
I thought this was hilarious.
This glass supports our emotional work with HRI technologies. The glass has several sensors to behave appropriate eye gestures according to both users' behaviors and environmental conditions.
Environmental.
Okay, so the eyes are always looking around and making you look alert.
Lens hides your real eyes and sustains your field of vision.
Okay. I don't know how it sustains your field of vision.
You can do anything as visual with this
you have this Asian that sees through little slits, but all of a sudden has these big googly Cookie Monster eyes.
I have a pretty important question.
I have a question.
Why?
It's so you can be a creep, I think.
Why?
The external camera
I'm going to show you.
of people and behaves as you gazed them.
Yeah, as he walks by, it makes it look like the eye is staring at him. So you could look like you're a creeper. You're standing, you're leaning against a signpost and you're reading your book, but your eyes are out there looking at people as they're walking by and staring them down. Here he's like talking to students and pretending. Okay, there's another reason why. Here, I'm going to skip ahead, if I can. Please, video, let me skip.
I've got that song going through my head now.
Also,
Jethro Tull Aqualung.
See, here he is working in the lab. Somebody walks up to him, and the glasses look at her like, "What do you want?" And then so she leaves, like, "Oh, okay." Somebody else walks up to him and is like, "You're asleep." He pulls the glasses up. The guy's eyes are closed, so you can sleep at work and look awake.
Like, is this going to replace the newspaper with the hole cut in it?
Yes.
Like, what the fuck are these for?
I don't know.
Like, the worst spy ring ever. I'm not a spy, honestly, with these weird flickery blinky eyes.
These are my eyes.
Does it program you get that eye twitch if someone says something really stupid? Just like...
This is definitely set up for a skit. Pull the glasses off and your eyes really look that way.
In my mind, there'll be one where there's like, it's blue screen.
Blue screen of death.
Little screensavers while you sleep.
Like this
Aquarium fish goes by.
This could appear on a comedy
The
show.
Windows logo just...
It could appear where, him?
On like a comedy show, like SNL or something, and people would not think any different of it. Like it's so weird.
This is
so right now.
This is not at the top, but it's pretty close to the top of the list of things that people didn't ask for.
Oh yeah.
It's up there.
It is. All right. That's where I'll end the show.
Something to think about.
Well, at least we set the bar high at the end of the show.
Yes, we did.
Because now you got to top that, and it's going to be tough. You probably can, but it's going to be tough. You didn't end the show with poop on the streets.
With the show.
Well, now we did.
Now we will. Anybody else have
That's funny.
anything else you guys want to bring up before I close it up?
Can I have the eye patch edition?
Eye patch. That's going to be Apple's new product, the eye patch.
That's good. That's good.
To compete with Google Glass.
The eye patch. That's pretty funny. I like
they release an eye patch every month.
That's a sketch right there. From Apple, the eye patch. See everything in one dimension. Buy the depth perception upgrade.
Yeah. Now with Retina display. And that's where the eye comes in. It's displaying your Retina. Yes, it's sad. I know. I'm right there.
That's what the 6 people were asking. So that's what the 6 people were doing.
That is what the 6 people were doing.
Yes.
Building these weird glasses of shit in the street.
And Sony went, what the fuck? No.
They're like the worst disguise ever.
Yeah. All right.
Might as well be those glasses with the eyeballs on the springs. Like,
oh, I know.
That's the technical version. You get the technology advancing your civilization. We went from the springy eyeballs to now they're displayed in high def.
Like Morpheus said.
Oh my
Jesus Christ.
All right, I want to thank our host for taking
Jesus, Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everyone. That's right.
Outside and hit somebody with a better idea.
I want to thank our host for taking the time out to chat. Thank you, Welshy, for joining us today.
No problem.
Stryder, thank you for joining us today.
It's always an adventure. Happy Easter. Hide the eggs.
Yes, and thank you, Ham, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and next week we will be back with well, most of us will be back talking about crap. And so everyone else,
talking trash,
go poop in the streets.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
And And I don't have anything special to finish off the show, so I will just finish off this song for you.
Oh, don't. Up on the streets!
3 more minutes to go.
Where is that will? I step out on the street. What do I smell? Shit that's stinking to high hell. I hold my breath. I step away. But everywhere I go, there's no getting away.
Didn't they make those glasses with eyeballs on the front back in the 80s using that hologram like material?
Yeah.
They made those.
It's just higher def.
And they were next to useless there.
Ah! You can't say chocolate bunnies when there's a food commercial on.
Oh, he's rapping.
Yes.
He's crapping. So they're saying if you poop on the tracks, you'll derail the train?
I don't know. If you do it enough, I guess.
That's good, Morpheus. I got that in my head now. Poopy pancakes, making poopy pancakes.
Cookie cakes is what I'm gonna make.
Were they just playing Wheel of Fortune? I'd like to buy a bowel.
Let's take the
They're saying take poo into your own hands. Is that what they're saying?
Oh, jeez.
Let's take the poo. Let's take the
A poo party.
That's the best.
This is insane.
Ah, yeah.
Yep. And it just keeps going. Like
It just goes and goes and goes.
Kisses.
And I like that it all looks like the Nintendo Mii's.
I wonder if you can mix this with the bacon pancakes.
Oh, they're swirling.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Enjoy your Easter dinner.
Yep. Enjoy your Hershey's chocolate kisses now.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely dare you to Google poo party and see what comes up.
No. Thanks.
No. I bet you it'll be in German.
I don't know if it'll be in German, but I bet there'll be a German involved.
Maybe this is what those 6 people in India were doing.
Not making a game and sitting in the street, apparently.
Yeah.
Shit in the street.
Staring people down with their googly
no
eyes.
One knew they were doing it. They had those glasses on with the eyes.
All right, everyone. Have a great day.